What the hell are macros and what percentages of macros should you be following on the ketogenic diet? We'll be covering all of that in today's video. I'm Drew Manning from Fit to Fat to Fit, and if you're interested in learning more about keto and you need a keto program, head over to fittofattofit.com to check out all of my keto content and my keto programs. All right, so what are macros? Macros stand for macronutrients, proteins, fats, and carbs. That's what makes up all of our food. Either it's a protein, a fat, or a carb, or a combination of those three, right? And what percentages should you have of those macros on the ketogenic diet? So first of all, keto is a high fat, moderate protein, low carb diet. So that means the majority of your calories should be coming from fat, and then a smaller percentage from protein, and then a very, very small percentage from carbohydrates. The reason you want to do that is because to force your body into a state of ketosis, you need to limit glucose, aka carbohydrates. So 5% or less of your calories on the ketogenic diet should be coming from carbs, mostly vegetables. And what it does is when you limit glucose or carbs, your body is forced to find an alternative fuel source for your brain, muscles, and organs to function. And that alternative fuel source is called ketones, which is why it's called the ketogenic diet. So what macro percentage should you be using on keto? That's a really good question. And I'll be totally honest with you, the answer is it's very individual. But from a very general perspective, I'll be very general right now, the average split or macronutrient ratio you should be using is about 70% fat, 25% protein, and 5% carbohydrates. That should make up your calories, that percentage split. So 70% from fat, 25% from protein, and 5% or less from carbohydrates. And that generally works for most people. Now, like I said, it's very individual. So it's important to do some testing, test your blood sugar levels, test your blood ketone levels to find out what macro percentages is optimal for you. But if you're just getting started and you don't know how to figure all that out, don't worry about it. Start with the 70, 25, 5 approach. So a lot of people ask me, is it necessary to track your macros? No, absolutely not. It's not necessary, but I will say this, it is good information to have, at least for the first 2 weeks. So when you're first getting started on keto and you want to take it seriously, for the first 2 weeks, just track your macros. You could either use MyFitnessPal or Carb Tracker is another app. There's all kinds of apps you can use to track your macronutrients so that you know, okay, I'm getting in 100 grams of fat, I'm getting in 80 grams of protein, and I'm getting in 20 grams of carbs. You don't know that unless you track them. And if you're not seeing the results, you might want to go to tracking. So for the first 2 weeks, I recommend it for everyone getting started. And then from there, you don't need to do it for the rest of your life. I don't do it anymore. I kind of know where my ranges are just based off of the food that I'm eating. I can kind of just eyeball it. But if you want to get specific, you want to get exact, and you want to take it seriously, I recommend tracking for the first 2 weeks. All right, for more information, head over to fittofattofit.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and please leave your questions in the comments below, and I'll get back to you.